March 3, 2023. Welcome to Daily Stock Market Update. Starting with the S&P 500 MES chart. This is SPX. You can take. So what I did today here is something different. Okay. So this is my famous chart on Thinkorswim. So if I maximize this, you can see I took sell zones and buy zones on TradingView so that it's easier to see. Okay. All right. So one thing to note here, starting with the MES. We are getting this bounce. Yesterday I told you we got this engulfing candle. This candle yesterday took over the other two candles, so that's a very bullish sign. All right. So where do we go from here? So looks like there's this downward sloping trend line, and then these are the sell zones. Okay, these are the sell zones in red. So it's around 4140 to 4300. Okay. So I think next week will rally. All right, this is a good, you can see we closed above 50 daily SMA. So we'll keep rallying, and then anywhere in the sell zone here, it would go as high as previous highs here around 4180, 4200. Uh, but I don't expect this time to go straight to 4300. I think what's more than likely going to happen, we'll find resistance here somewhere here. We'll look into SPY. There's a big gap around 4080, around 4100. So that will be good area to sell. So next week a rally, then we dump. Okay, now this dump can go as long as April, sometime early April, and this rally can also go something like this. So there could be a delay. So depending on how this performs, there is this buy zone around 3800 to 3660. Okay, so the closer we start getting to the buy zone, this is what I'm expecting mid-March to early April. This could go anywhere from here to here. We could even undercut it. Okay, it doesn't have to hold in this trend line. We could undercut this trend line. It will freak everybody out, and then it will bounce higher after that. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting in next couple of weeks to a month. Right? Let me save this chart. So I have it here. Okay, now go back to my famous chart. All right, so this is MES. This is NASDAQ. So NASDAQ purple lines we sell, bottom purple line we buy. All right, so we are now bouncing. Now we are above middle line here, so we are getting closer to the sell zone. Okay, so the higher we go, we should start looking to take profits. You can see here on this chart how nice it is. Every time we are near purple zone, we need to start looking for profits. The closer we get, you should start looking to sell or short. The closer you go to bottom purple line, you should start looking to buy. All right, so we are now bouncing. So also one other thing I wanted to tell you here on this pie chart, you can see we are now above neutral zone. This yellow line is neutral zone between bulls and bears. Nobody have edge. Now we are starting to move higher. Okay, this rally is around 3.2%. The higher we go, if we go around 4100, 42, 4140, you should start looking to exit, or you should start looking to build short positions. Okay, so we are now not that far away. This could happen as soon as Monday, Tuesday. We can be in this zone, and then we should start looking to take profits and exit our positions. All right, that's where we are. All right, now going back here, let's quickly go to SPY, which is the ETF we use to trade S&P 500. So you can see here, if I go to 1 hour chart on SPY, you can see there's still unfilled gaps here. One gap is around 408. Second gap is around 408. Oh, sorry, first gap is around 406. Second gap is around 408. All right. So these gaps will be filled next week for sure. And so far, S&P 500 is doing exactly like I predicted. Okay, I said they will find support here. This was a battle zone. Looks like now bulls have won the zone. Now we are bouncing. Okay. Now there's this resistance here, like I showed you. It could go a bit higher as well. Okay, it's possible to go around 1415 area and then go lower. All right, so it will fill these gaps, bounce a bit, and then start dumping. And there is this support area. So look into my MES chart, like I showed you here. Keep this as a guide. So this is what I will be sharing now daily. So we'll keep this as guide. We'll sell here, we'll buy here. That's all we're gonna do. It's so easy trade. Sell in this zone, then relax or shorten this zone, do nothing, wait for price to come here. You can wait patiently for a couple of months even if you have to wait. Just buy in this zone, right? It's easy trade. All right. Okay, now going to VIX. VIX is bearish. Now the thing that bothers me is we are getting very close to support area, okay, between 18 and 16. You can see all this. Let's go to weekly chart on VIX, right? You can see we're approaching 18 to 16 area. All right, you can see 18 to 16 area. It's like VIX is approaching a big support zone. Now ignore this here. This was like a massive bull zone where government filled everybody with a lot of stimulus money. So I don't think it's going to drop below 15, but definitely it's coming to the support area, right? So be mindful of that. It's possible early next week we can have a dump here, so we can reach again here around 17. So as soon as we reach here, it's going to be an indication that we should be taking profit and wait for a dump. So it could bounce anytime, all right? So be mindful of that. Nasdaq, let's quickly look into futures and see what happened. So okay, this is what I shared yesterday. I started with this chart, all right? It's behaving exactly like that. I told you guys we're getting a breakout, wait for a back test. Look how beautiful is this. I exactly predicted like what's happening right now. Okay, you should go and check my videos from yesterday. Very beautiful, very nice. I'm so happy when these things work out exactly as you plan. All right, so the target of this wedge, you can take a distance here. You can put it here, right? Wow, isn't it unbelievable? Can you see this here? It's really nice. You can see from here to here. Now we have around 2% left. All right, let's go to daily. All right, so this is a target for me. Oh wow, this works out so perfectly. I'm really excited. Okay, so now what's happening here? We are moving higher. All right, this is my target to sell and take profit. Go to 1 hour chart. I told you guys. Also, one other thing, this bounce is like so aggressive. I think it needs to cool down. All right. So one other thing I want to share. If I go to this chart here, there's another chart here on MES US 500 SPY. You can see this is another day trading tool here. Okay, I developed this chart. You can see every time we go around red line or above, this is short-term analysis, so this is more for day trading. Every time you go above red line, you should be looking to sell. So now we are above 4 we're right now we are around 40-50. Okay, so this is a sell zone or take profit zone, and I think with the early next week or in the futures we should get a dump around 40-16. You can see here, you can see how beautiful this is. You can see below red, bottom or red, touch red, buy, above red, sell. Okay, so look here, buy here. Okay, keeps pumping, keeps pumping, pumping. Now we should sell here. Okay, look to take profits here. Dump, this is a neutral zone. Now we're going again up, up. So we're just going higher and higher. Eventually we're going to dump and then we're going to come back to around 4,000 zone. So I think early next week we should get a dump, small dump. That will be a buy zone. Okay, so if that happens, let's go back to SPY. Let's go to daily chart, or maybe we can keep on futures 1 hour chart. So you can see around 4,000 area. That will be very good. We'll get a dump around 4,000. Okay, so let's see, Monday we get a dump around 4,000. Okay, and then we get a pump. All right, so if that happens on SPY 1 hour chart, yeah, so what we can see is from here around 400, 4-ish, then we go fill these gaps. Okay, this is like Monday, Tuesday price action. If you get a small dump, look to buy this. All right, okay, now going back to triple Qs, which is Nasdaq. Again, same thing, resistance, there's a gap here around 303, looking to fill that gap, and now it's possible they will try to overcut it, try to make everybody feel like it's a breakout. Okay, so you should be not looking to buy here, look to sell here. Okay, and then we're going to get a dump on this trend line, look to buy here, and then we're going to get a pump. All right, that's the plan overall. US 30, which is Dow Jones, again it's bouncing. I told you guys the only thing which bothers me is it did not touch this blue 200 SMA line. So it's possible we're going to bounce here and then we go back test this and then we go higher. All right, so mid-March to early April, I'm expecting this dump. Okay, Russell 2000, very bullish. Actually it broke out today. It looks really bullish, so it's quite possible Russell is going to do very well. It looks like, so it looks like it's going to touch previous highs, and then we get a dump, and then it's going to go higher again. So looks like that's the most likely scenario on Russell. Oil, oil is going higher. Okay, so oil keep going higher. You can see this is a very bullish breakout candle. It's above daily 50 SMA line, so it's breaking out. So I think it's going to test 82. Then we get slight dump, and then eventual target is around 92 area. Okay, there's a lot of resistance here, a lot of confluence here. I think eventually in the next couple of months we'll reach this area. Natural gas up more than 8.5% today. It's right at daily SMA line. Now I won't be looking to buy. I will be looking to take all the profits from UNG ETF. I think it has to backtest. Okay, I'm looking for this backtest. I don't know when I'm gonna get or if I'm gonna get, but I'm not looking to buy natural gas now. I bought it here. It's time to take profits, not time to buy. All right. So wait, look for this resistance to play out. Okay, if you get a dump, look to buy the dump. It's buy the dip market on natural gas now. Okay, let's cover gold before we go to crypto. Gold daily chart again. So I'm expecting some resistance here. It's a massive move. Let's go to 1 hour chart on gold. Okay, look at this. How? Uh, okay, one other thing which is bothering me now on gold is there is a divergence now. All right, look at this divergence here. RSI, I don't see any divergence. Slightly here, very slightly, but PPO is showing more divergence here. Okay, very slight here. So you can see prices going higher, PPO and RSI is going lower. So I'm expecting a short-term dump on gold. Gold is a buy the dip market, okay? So any dump should be purchased now, all right? So we broke out, now we're going higher, and now I think there will be some weakness in mid-March to uh, early April. You should look to buy that weakness, okay? And then we're gonna rip higher. So gold is very good. Silver is also gonna do same as gold, so I think it's gonna rip higher. We had a breakout. Actually, we got a breakout today. You can see this downward trend line. Silver got a breakout today, up more than 1.6%. I think we're gonna pump higher next week, and then we're gonna get dumped depending on when we end this top. Then it's gonna be making higher high, and then it's gonna pump higher, right? Dollar is gonna do same thing, inverse. Dollar is gonna get a bit weaker, and then mid March to early April it's gonna pump, and then it's gonna dump. All right. Bitcoin, it's behaving exactly as I said. So there's this down daily trend line here. Okay, I think now we're gonna get some pump. It was down more than 5.5% today at 1.2, so like 6-7% down. So this is exactly how I told you guys. Look at my previous videos, doing exactly like I told you. So I think we're gonna get some pump, especially when SPY is going a bit higher. Early next week we'll get some pump, and then it will face resistance on this, and then we'll go to get down. There's this gap here around 20k. Definitely it looks more likely this gap will fill, and then we're gonna go higher from here. All right. Okay, what else is there? Let's look into TNX, which is treasury yields. Look at the dump we got. Okay, look at PFIX. That's something which replicate treasury yields, so it's down even higher, more than that. So we predicted this because I told you guys yesterday. Look at 1 hour chart. There is downwards momentum on PPO and RSI, and that's an indication we're gonna get dumped. Now we are sitting actually. If you see, we slightly undercut this support area on 50 SMA line on 1 hour. So it's more likely, I think we're going to go down and fill these gaps here around 3.5, right? Let's see, gold miners, again, it's doing same as what gold is doing. There are multiple gaps here, okay? You have multiple gaps here. I'm just looking for these gaps to be filled. So if you get any weakness, there is support around 27, look to buy. Let's see if we have any gap on 1 hour. Let's see. Yeah, we do have gap on 1 hour. Yeah, this is exactly where the gap is. That's where my line is. So I think what's going to happen most likely is we're going to dump here, fill this gap, then we're going to pump higher. All right. So buy any dips on gold miner. We covered, okay, bonds. I told you guys yesterday that now it's rallying. Okay, this looks pretty good candle. So I think it's going to pump higher a little bit. Then it's going to dump lower in March, and then it's going to pump higher again. All right, let's look into some favorite stocks. Tesla up 3.6%. I bought on dip yesterday. It worked out well. Now I'm looking to sell Tesla, especially if I go to 1 hour chart. This gap is still not filled, which is from today. Let's say about 2.5%. All right. 2.5% up. So what I'm planning to do, this is my trade plan for Tesla. Early next week, it could go as high as this 50 day 200 SMA line, blue line. Okay, so it's possible Tesla can rip higher to around even 11%. So I think that will be good time to sell. Uh, I will be, I personally will be looking to take profit as soon as this gap is filled, which is around 2.5%. It could happen as soon as Monday. Start looking to take profits. It could still pump higher, but the ideal zone to take profits will be this 200 SMA line. So then it's going to sell in March, okay, mid-March to early April. Then 180 area is very nice area to buy, and then it's going to rip higher to new all-time highs. All right. But again, if you're a long-term investor, don't worry about these day trading activities. Just buy it and hold it. Eventually, look into the final target. Okay, I think we'll reach there in a couple of months. Look into the final pictures. Don't worry about these small dips in weekly basis. Apple, very bullish candle. Apple, okay. You can see it's amazing. I told you guys yesterday. Look at my video from yesterday. It went and it back tested the support. Now it's bouncing. Let's go to 1 hour chart. I think there's a big gap here on Apple. If I go to horizontal line, if I draw here, there's this gap. This gap will be filled in uh, this month, right? So I think we're gonna get this dump. When we get this dump, these gaps will be filled, and then eventually we're gonna rip higher. All right. So all these yellows are gaps. So I'm looking to get these filled early next week, Monday, Tuesday. Then before we get a dump. Amazon had a very bullish day, 3%. Still these yellow lines, there are gaps here. So these gaps, wait for these gaps to fill. Google was up 1.8%, looking nice. There's a gap here, there's a gap around here for 101. It's possible we could even go there. Short term, Meta had a breakout. I told you guys to buy a couple of days ago. Breakout candle was here, which came on February 28th. Now we're ripping higher, up almost 6% today. It's looking good. It's looking good. There's a big gap here. I don't know if it's going to be filled, but I think we can go reach previous highs for sure. But it's possible even this year when we get this pump after in April, it's possible we can fill this gap. Okay. Netflix. Okay, there are multiple gaps here, so let's wait for these gaps to fill. Microsoft is gaps after gaps. Okay, we go fill this gap. We can get rid of this now. Then there are 4 more gaps to fill. Snowflakes have a bigger gap. Came due to earnings, so wait for that to fill. Nvidia now does not yet have any gap. I think there's a top gap here. That's the target 261. This could happen next week. Okay. AMD. AMD has a gap at the bottom and a gap at the top. Okay, so I think it's going to fill the top gap first, then it's going to dump, fill the bottom gap, and then it's going to repair. Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, let's quickly look into energy sector. XLE, which is trading with oil, still backtesting this trend line. Actually, it looks like we will slightly overcut it, but it's facing resistance on this daily 50 SMA line. So if we go above this tomorrow, I mean on Monday, then it's a bullish sign. Else this could be a back test and we are going higher to fill the bottom gas. There's a gap around here around 76. There's a gap around here around 73. Right? Utilities bounce perfectly from our buy zone, slipping higher. So if there is a weakness in March, usually utilities and dollars do well. So it's a good time to get into utility sector. And healthcare is another one. It did not touch my target. Okay, there's a gap here. This is the target 124.8. You can see all this support. Then we broke out. I think we're gonna back test in March, mid to late March. That will be a good day to buy healthcare. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, guys, thank you so very much. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.